Okay, we are working on exercise 9-17, which you'll find on page 485 of your text. This has to do with Papa's Fried Chicken. This problem has three different sections. One is straight line, which is what we're going to be working on right this very minute. Then we'll go on and look at units of production and double declining balance. Papa's Fried Chicken bought equipment on January 2nd for $39,000. That is the cost of the asset, right? Right there, asset cost. The equipment was expected to remain in service for 4 years. That's what the 1/4 is. It's 1 over the life of the asset. Okay, so 1/4 times 12/12. We are looking at this. We bought the asset at the beginning of January, and we're on a calendar year. So what we're really looking at is 4 full years of depreciation. So 12/12 is the number of months, right? The numerator is the number of months out of the year that you are depreciating. And the denominator is how many months there are in a year. Because this is a full calendar year, it's going to be 12/12. At the end of the equipment's useful life, Papa's estimates that its residual value will be $6,000. So that goes into calculating our depreciable cost, and we'll get to that in just a second. The equipment performed 1,100 jobs the first year, 3,300 the second year, 44 the third, and 2,200 the fourth year. Those don't matter until we go to calculate units of production. So let's just focus on straight line. So the depreciable cost of the asset is $39,000, right? The asset cost minus the residual value of $6,000. That's the depreciable cost of our asset. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in to my depreciation schedule here. And I'm going to do that for all 4 years. Okay, so I've got that all set up. Now I can go ahead and figure out my depreciation expense for the first year. And I take that depreciation cost times 1/4. So I'm taking 1/4 of it really, times 12/12, which means for the whole year. And that gives me a depreciation expense of $82.50. When I go to write up the journal entry for that year, I'm going to debit depreciation expense for $82.50, and I'm going to credit my accumulated depreciation account for $82.50. That is, remember, a permanent account. It's a balance sheet account, and it's going to keep accumulating or growing. So now the book value of the asset is the cost of the asset minus the accumulated depreciation. So that is $30,750. So for year 2, my accumulated depreciation is exactly the same, which is the way straight line works. If this were a partial year, that would be a different story, but these are all whole years. Okay, so now my accumulated depreciation is going to be my accumulated depreciation balance from the prior year plus, right, my depreciation expense credit accumulated depreciation from the current year. And the book value of the asset is going to be the cost of the asset minus the accumulated depreciation. Okay. Works the same way. Everything works the same way in years 3 And year 4. And if we've done our jobs right, that means we should end up with a book value of the asset equal to the residual value. And we do. So I consider that a success, a screaming success, actually. So here we just put together 4 years of depreciation for Papa's Fried Chicken using the straight line depreciation method. Okay, if you have any questions, send me a private message. Otherwise, let's move on to units of production.